Ebro and Peter Rosenberg had their worst moment ever on air earlier today. Now, it's been apparent these two dudes hate each other for a while now. They really can't hide how much they hate each other. It just comes off on the screen. But today, their worst moment came coincidentally because Peter Rosenberg dared question, critique, gave a slight to Rock Nation and Charlamagne the God.
We'll say the one other interesting thing, though, while I saw the commentary moving around that everyone was like, wow, Charlamagne made academics look stupid, which is not a huge shock based on seeing them together. I would kind of predict that result. But I will say, I thought Charlamagne took a huge L in that I really never knew up until a clip hit my algorithm that he was legitimately like deep in with Rock Nation. I thought that was academics talking shit.
Now, Rosenberg, you know you can't say nothing fair and objective about Rock Nation in front of Ebro, man. Rosenberg is about to learn a hard lesson about Rock Nation loyalty. These dudes are more loyal to Rock Nation and Jay-Z than their own friends and family. Rosenberg is thinking this is a conversation about Charlamagne the God. So he thinks there's nothing wrong with it. But here's the thing, even though Ebro and Rosenberg both hate Charlamagne the God, this conversation is still Rock Nation adjacent and somewhat about Rock Nation. So Ebro goes into his default talking points and his default defense stance and goes on the attack, even if it's at the casualty of his own friend and co-host who he's been doing a show with for damn near 2 decades.
I did not know that.
Well, look, I this is what I will say.
I just thought he wore the hat.
Being invited, if you have money, being invited to make an investment in things is something that people with money do. Doesn't mean that you're necessarily in with a particular person because you made an investment.
I mean, it's pretty in.
No, not true.
Listen, let me tell you, as someone who's never been in, it's in.
But you don't have money to invest.
That's
like
not
that.
true. I mean, how do you know? How do you know what Charlamagne invested?
Well, because I haven't seen you invest in anything.
This is a trip. Ebro is willing to self-sabotage and tear down the brand and the show he's been building for decades to protect Rock Nation. Think about it for a second. Rosenberg asked Ebro, bro, how do you know what Charlamagne got invested in? And his default response was, you've never invested in anything. That was the next thing out of his mouth when Rosenberg said, how do you know what Charlamagne got invested in when it came to Rock Nation? All Rosenberg's saying, hey, man, that's pretty bad. Like, Charlamagne the God can't really be objective about Rock Nation if he's investing with Rock Nation. Ebro goes on the defense, goes on the prowl. Now, here's the thing. Charlamagne the God obviously and clearly didn't give any money to Rock Nation. Ebro will be a fool if he thinks that. You think Rock Nation is calling up Charlamagne the God and Angela Rye like, hey, donate, give us some money, invest into this casino that costs damn near $1 billion to put on. Give me $1 million, okay? And that will go towards the power that's needed to invest. Clearly not. Clearly, that's not why they needed Charlamagne the God or Angela Rye or any of the other activists and media personalities that was on board. They clearly brought on Charlamagne the God and Angela Rye because of their voice. They needed people who was influential within the community to rally the community around this casino plans to influence the politicians to approve it. That's why Charlamagne the God was on board. And to me, that's an even better deal for Charlamagne the God. If Rock Nation is willing to give you a stake into $1 billion operation for absolutely free, just for you to lend your voice to them, of course you're gonna do it. So Ebro is wrong in that regard of this is Charlamagne the God putting up his money and investing money that Rosenberg doesn't have. This is not about money. Rock Nation didn't need Charlamagne the God's money. Rock Nation didn't need Angela Rye's money. Charlamagne the God and Angela Rye don't have money that Rock Nation needs. This was a proposal with billionaires involved. Billionaires was involved here. Charlamagne the God being one of like 5 or 6 partners. You think like Charlamagne the God gave a substantial amount that will go towards this casino? Clearly and obviously not. He was there strictly as a voice to rally the community. So Rosenberg to me is 100% in the right here, but Ebro goes into this like defense talking point, defense stance whenever Rock Nation comes up, and he just lays it on Rosenberg, and eventually Rosenberg had enough and start to fight back.
So I don't know, but I'm just saying,
Ebro, I have money to invest in things. No one asked me to be a part of anything.
Well, then
because I'm not gonna roll over. They know I'm too much of a risk. I am seen as, I believe, a risk to be too close to people. Either that, or they just, at least I can be grateful that quietly people think I have nothing in my pocket. But what I'm saying is, don't say it's not nothing to be asked to be part of a group to invest. Of course that's something.
Well, no.
That's legitimately being down.
No, it's being in business with people, yes, but it's not being on someone's payroll. It's not necessarily being
the
like...
word payroll is him trying to take shots.
Yeah.
But it is compromising. You are no longer an objective critic of
I've definitely, and for that matter, right? If it's a legitimate investment. If I make a legitimate investment in something, and I put my money up, and there's documents signed on, I say what the fuck I want to say.
Oh my God, bro! I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say Angela Rye and Charlamagne the God has $0, zilch invested in that casino. They lended their voice to the casino operation. They were given some type of compensation or equity because of their presence and ability to rally the community. It's simple as that. It's really that simple. That like that's can we stop pretending here, man? We know what this is, bruh. You know what this is. And that's what makes it compromising. Because if your equity is dependent on your opinions and your voice on Jay-Z, Rock Nation, and that casino, then you probably can't be out here critiquing Jay-Z all crazy. You know why? Because the casino being approved is contingent on how the public views Jay-Z. Jay-Z's public approval rating. If they're relying on the people to put pressure on the politicians to get it done, then Jay-Z's approval rating has to be kind of up there, right? The negative PR against Jay-Z can't be effective and it can't work. So yeah, when a story about, Jay-Z coming out and snaking Colin Kaepernick, Charlamagne the God kind of has to come on the radio and lie about Colin Kaepernick signing a non-disparagement agreement, even though Colin Kaepernick has says he never signed it. Right? When things came out about how Jay-Z owes Nicki Minaj money after promising her equity in title and never giving it to her and making her turn down a deal from Apple to sign a title for equity, right? After selling the company for $300 million, the artist ain't get paid. Charlamagne the God has to come on air and run interference for that as well. So it can be compromising. It's somewhat compromising. It is. But again, Ebro can't admit that because he's in bed with Rock Nation as well. And Rosenberg is trying to be partial and objective and fair here. And Ebro just begins to just ridicule Rosenberg, essentially calling him a bum who can't relate to anything Charlamagne and Rock Nation got going on.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's my money. I can say what the fuck I want to say. It's my...
Yo, it's crazy you just threw out you don't have money to invest in me. That was wild. Out of nowhere. You're like, you don't even have anything to invest in anything.
Well, because I haven't seen you invest in anything, so I didn't know if that's what you're doing with your money.
But that's still a crazy thing to throw at someone.
No, it's not.
I mean, I know. I'm telling you, no one in that world. You're a cool guy club in the industry. Bro, I've never been in it.
Make a phone call.
I'll be honest. Part of me wants to be, and part of me is like, I don't like that crowd.
Well, then you got to make a decision. If you want to make investments with people making money, you got to make some relationships. So do you have money to invest or not? Because if you did, you would make a phone call and be like, yo, what are you guys working on?
You did it again. No, that's two separate things. There's having money to invest, and then there's, am I good? Either A, do I want to play those games with people, and am I good at playing those games with people? I don't think I'm particularly good at it. I don't think I think I'm judgmental, and I can be like, I don't want to be a part of that crowd. You suck it up and hang around people you don't like to do those things. I don't think I can. I already have to.
You already do it.
I already have to do it, but I already do it.
You already do it. So what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, but I can't do it more.
You do it for work. You do it to hang out with wrestlers. You do it to do sports. You do it all day anyways. What the fuck are we talking about?
I don't know.
You're just talking.
Do I have to do more of it, though?
If you want to make some money, what the fuck,
you
man?
You do have to choose where you want to go.
Yeah, but you have to do it always with people that you don't fuck with?
Who has the money?
And not always, unless you find some cool
Find some people with money that you like.
But,
I don't know.
Because how about this? Right. That's why I said you don't have money to invest. Because you're not actively doing it.
But that's
not a slight.
It
That's
feels
you.
like a
You wouldn't be having this convo with me if you had money to invest. You would have been made phone calls, or you would have been hanging out with people that
why
you
do you
like.
not realize?
Because it makes it sound like Rosenberg's broke.
Yeah,
like,
bro, you sound like a dick. Shut the fuck up.
No, you sound like a dick.
No, you don't.
No, you sound like an asshole.
The words you use.
No, you're
saying
like an
I don't
asshole
have money.
because
Bitch, shut the fuck
no,
up.
you're a bitch.
No,
you're a
I'm
hoe.
not.
You know why? Let me tell you why you're a hoe.
Now, Rosenberg, you out of line. Like, you is straight up out of line. I'm going to put it this way. This is effectively the end of their relationship. It would never be the same again. And it's all because of them arguing over Rock Nation. But while I say their relationship is effectively over, it would never be the same again. Once two men, yet alone two men in their 50s, call each other the B word publicly for everybody to see and hear, men with children, men with wives, men with families, men with sons, call one another the B word or the H word or the P word publicly for everybody to hear. Those are men who do not respect each other. Those are men who don't care for each other. Those are men who can't be friendly, bruh. Rosenberg knows Ebro kids probably. And again, I'm not sure if Ebro even has kids, but Rosenberg knows Ebro kids. Ebro probably knows Rosenberg kids. You know I got kids that's watching this show. You know I got kids that's watching the internet. You know I got sons that can turn on this internet and see their father who they look at as a superhero. Now, Rosenberg is out of line. You gonna call me a B? You gonna look me in my eyes and say, B, shut up. Now, I think Rosenberg did that because Rosenberg understand what this clip was gonna do. He knows that Ebro calling him broke was gonna make its way onto DJ Academic's desk, and academics who have notoriously called Rosenberg broke, who have used Rosenberg being broke as a way to discredit Rosenberg's voice, who've done live streams, hours of live streams calling Rosenberg broke, calling him Rosendweeb, has made fun of his career and his jobs. Rosenberg is sensitive about that because that's what academics have used to critique him for years. He knows that once this clip would have hit the internet, academics will be on that live stream going off on him about being broken, mocking him and ridiculing him. And that's a sensitive spot for him. Ebro knows that's a sensitive spot for Rosenberg, but Ebro has called Rosenberg broke before in other shows. Like, Ebro has implied that Rosenberg doesn't pull his weight financially, even with the show they're doing together.
Ask you something, Laura Styles. Why do you soft shoe around Rosenberg's feelings?
It's not that I don't. You're very aggressive, and I just try to be a little bit.
It ain't about me. I'm asking about you.
Okay, because you're very aggressive, I just try to be a little bit more understanding.
What are you trying to understand?
And just a little, I don't know, a little nicer.
Why?
But I do tell him when he's tripping. I absolutely.
So in this
tell
scenario,
him.
I didn't see this Mom Donnie convo.
So we were live. So I was looking at him like, you really going there? And I even was giving him like the eyes, like, and he's like, what? We got to tell the audience what's really going on. So he just kind of went off because, we've been having scheduling issues trying to get a sit down with the mayor. And for some reason, he's like annoyed that we have to go down to City Hall.
And I'm going to say this to Rosenberg's face. You're up here bitching about the mayor not able to make it. You're not available later in the afternoon because you got WWE or ESPN or other things. I have a whole other gig that I got to do with Apple Music. We're not just like, you don't know if these other individuals are they might be capturing Mom Donnie at 7 o'clock at a press thing or be available in the evenings after he's leaving Gracie, man. You don't know what's going on, bro. You playing yourself. Yes, Rasan.
Just to be play devil's advocate a little bit, I think Rosenberg's issue is also the dollars and cents, because we have a great setup here with a lot of cameras. To go to Gracie, we will have to rent some gear for 15 minutes.
Hey, yo,
I also
Rasan.
don't think he thinks it makes a lot of sense.
Who cares?
So, is it his money?
It's all of you guys' money, right?
Is it though? Is it though? If we being transparent, is it all of our money?
Ebro.
That should have told you all you needed to know about this dynamic with Ebro and Rosenberg. Ebro is comfortable telling Rosenberg he's not getting money and he doesn't get money because Rosenberg is not pulling his weight financially with the show. And Ebro is frustrated about that. Now, even though Ebro kind of went below the belt by implying that Rosenberg is broke publicly, Rosenberg had no business calling a grown man with kids the B word, bro. Like, I don't care how long y'all knew each other. I don't care if this was your lifelong friend or homie, bruh. You don't call another grown man the B word on a public platform. Now, we're not even going to bring in the dynamics of the cultural issues between the both cultures, but you don't do that. And Ebro strike back, calling him a B, calling him a P, calling him an H, but yo, this is just not cool at all. Like, under no circumstances. And I don't see how they go back to just podcasting again after this.
Let me tell you why you're a hoe. Let me tell you why you're a hoe. Let me tell you why you're a hoe. Because you just called me a bitch for no reason.
No, it is for a reason.
No, it's not. It's because you're being a hoe because you don't know how to invest.
That's different.
You don't know.
So then say that. I listened to you about shit like that.
Because you don't have money to invest.
Yo, my man, what's wrong with you? We keep going
over
this. You keep saying the same thing.
You don't.
But you don't know that. Stop.
And I'm going to keep calling you a bitch if you keep saying that.
Listen, man.
Bro, stop.
Listen. If you had money to invest. If you had money to invest. If you had money to invest.
Stop saying
you wouldn't be talking like you're talking right now.
No. It's because I don't understand the disrespect repeatedly, bro.
Because.
And you're
You
wrong.
sound nuts.
That I said I don't know people.
No, you said
I don't know this crowd.
No,
you're like, well, you don't have money.
What crowd? There is no crowd. There's people that have money and you talk to them.
Then he said it again. I'ma keep calling you a B. Hold on, bruh. Hold on, man. Listen, hold on, bruh. I don't know how well y'all know each other. I just don't. Maybe it's because I don't play with my friends like this. We don't play like this together. I don't have friends who will call me a B on a public platform and we go back to being friends and cool. I just don't have these type of friends. I'm sorry, I don't have them. And I damn sure ain't having them because Ebro is 51 years old. I damn sure ain't having them at the age of 51 years old. What? When my kids are damn near grown, my sons are probably grown, my son's looking up to me, he looking to a man calling me a B while pointing in my face like this. Y'all let me know in the comment section, but what y'all think, bro? All right, who y'all think is in the wrong in this situation, man? If you're still watching this video and you want to watch another good video, click on this video right here somewhere on my screen, somewhere here or here to find out how Charlamagne the God received some really bad news yesterday. Click on this video right here to find out what the bad news is. I'm out of here, folks. Peace.